Good afternoon. My name is Guy, Gentleman's Edge here in Denver, Colorado. Today I'm doing a video to instruct my new shavers on what to look for and pitfalls and all these different things that we call the fine art of shaving with a straight razor. Now, there are many different kinds of blades out there. Here is an example of a 4/8 blade. This one here has been used more than this one. This one here is my grandfather's, but these are excellent razors. This one here is actually for sale for about $65, and it's a German steel, excellent. It just took to an edge like you wouldn't believe. Nice razor. The next size up is something like a 5/8. This is a wedge. This is a vintage wedge. And if you want to understand the grinds of the razor, then you'll need to look them up yourself, and I would appreciate it. This is an antique razor. They also come in different type of scales. Scales is the handle part of it. This one here is a bone scale, and it's very nice. I have in the works right now a really super nice, just really super nice set of buffalo horn scales, and they are just incredible. This one here, I broke the scales on them, so I replaced them with this wedge wood. That's what it's called, and I'm going to replace that because I don't like it. This one here is a horn scale, and very nice. Anyway, the makers of your straight razor is what's going to be important. You don't pick a Pakistani blade or a Chinese blade. The steel just isn't worth a shit. And if you're going to invest your money in something, get something decent. It doesn't have to be the most expensive thing out there, just like the rest of your gear. It doesn't have to be the most expensive gear out there because you're just starting off. So basically you're just experimenting, right? But you get something that's decent, that feels good to use, right? So this steel here is Spanish steel. It's a Philharmonica 13, and it's like a really nice hard steel. Another good hard steel is the Thiers Assard razors. Those are all really super nice razor blades, but other makers are the English makers and the German makers. They make all really good steel too. Probably the most important thing that you can know starting off is sanitation. Okay, any razor that I get in, the first thing and the last thing that I do is I drop it in a tank of barbicide. Barbicide is an agent that kills all kinds of viruses and germs and funguses on anything it touches. You got to soak it for 10 minutes, but this 16-ounce container I got from Sally's beauty supply cost me about $7. I used only 4 ounces out of it to use it here, but this is a concentrate, so it's very nice. It's very inexpensive. You don't really need a container like this. It's got this little lift in there to pull your stuff up, but you can use something different. Okay, so make sure that you sanitize your razors from time to time, even if they are yours, because what happens is, you're shaving and you're going to nick yourself, and you get blood on your razor, and blood inside here. I'm not saying you're going to be dripping blood, but just little particles of blood, little splatters of blood, whatever. And then you're going to put it aside and shave with it again. You're going to have the old germs, right? I also drop my brushes from time to time in the barbicide. It doesn't hurt the color of the brush at all, which is really nice, but it's a good thing to practice. Okay. The next thing that you're going to want to know about is people say, Guy, how do I start off shaving? I says, okay, the first thing that you need to do is you need to take a shower, and you need to use a pre-shave. The pre-shave will make your skin slick. The slickness will allow your razor to come down and slide across your face without hanging up because of friction, right? So I usually use Noxema because it rinses off really good, but they make a really nice shave oil from different companies too. So you put that on, and I'm going to go into the bathroom. I'm going to shave, and I want to give you some finer points about shaving too. But I'm just running through a general thought here for you guys. So next thing you're going to need is some kind of bowl to hold your soap in, okay? And this one here is a specialized kind of bowl. This bowl right here has got a jacket, which is a void between here and the outside. So there's an empty space, and you pour your hot water in here, and it keeps your soap warm. So you have that comfort, right? Now, when we talk about soaps, there's a large variety of soaps, and there's a large difference in the soaps. Okay, some of my favorite soaps are going to be the Marrakesh by Ginger's Garden. It's just suds right up, really super nice. It's got a really nice slickness to it, and when you're done shaving, it leaves your face feeling really good. This one's got a strong scent to it, so I don't know if everyone would like it, but I do recommend that whenever you get a soap, that you get the aftershave if it's available, because it just adds to the experience, and that's what this is all about. Yeah, we could shave, and everything, but it's an experience too. It's a hobby. It's something that you should look forward to doing anytime you're going to do it. It's something that's going to relax you. It's something that's going to take you away from the grind of life and the things that are going on in the world, and you're going to just sit and meditate for 15 minutes basically and just shave, and it's very nice, especially when you get these really nice brushes like this and you start putting that lather on. There's no feeling like it in the world. So that's a Marrakesh. Another one of my favorites here is a Barrister Man Bouteille. This one here's got a tobacco scent to it, like a fermented tobacco. And really, really nice stuff, really nice stuff. I don't think they make an aftershave for that though. This one here is a Sterling soap. It's in a puck form, a refill puck form. That's why it doesn't come in a container like this. You can buy this kind of soap from Sterling with the container. It costs a little bit more money. But usually I just give these away to customers who are loyal customers. So I do that. Another good one that I like to try that I would like for you to try is a Crampert's Bay Rum. This is a really and this came with the aftershave to it, and bring it up here, but the smell of this is kind of like grandmother's kitchen at Christmas time. Really nice soap. The smell, the slickness, the after feel, everything. This one here is by Katie's Bubbles. This one here is called Mile High Menthol, and this soap here is exactly how you would expect it to be, menthol. It's got a strong menthol feel to it. It doesn't have a real strong scent to it. If it had too much of a scent, it would kind of burn your eyes, but you rinse off with cold water, you shaved with menthol. This is a great soap. Also, there are creams. This is a C.O. Bigelow. You can buy this tube for $5 at what is it called? Body Works, like at the mall. But they also make a Mecca Root, not by Bigelow, but the Maca Root, if you see that there, it's really good stuff too. But this is nice. This is actually compared to Pro Rosso. Let me correct myself. It's not like Pro Rosso. I believe Pro Rosso makes this. Anyway, the next kind of soap is very interesting to me. I just found this from a guy on Shave the Man on G+. It's called Kiss My Face. This one here happens to be lime, key lime. I got another one called mint, and this sorry about that. Anyway, this is Kiss My Face, and this product is all natural, no animal testing, no, it's vegan. And I'll tell you when I really love this, okay? Check me out. I get razors in and I hone them, and I have to put them on my face to see if they're comfortable. And I do a little shave with them, and sometimes my face after a while will get kind of raw. You put this on, it's gone. You put this on, you shave with it, and it's so soothing. It's almost magical. This stuff is really super great. The way that you use this, and the way that you use the CO Bigelow, just put a little bit in the bottom of your bowl, you know, get your brush wet and just lather it up, and it comes right up, and it's really super nice. So okay, so after you get done with your shave and you do a cold water rinse, you want to put on something like this Loom bar. And when you first get a brand new bar, wet it up, wet your palms, and just rub it on your palm until it's smooth, because it'll be rough and you don't want to put it on your face. So just do this number and it'll be smooth. What this does is it sanitizes your face. So you just rub it all over your face, and the way I use it is I just let it sit there for a little bit, I wipe it off, and I put on some of the Thayer's Witch Hazel Toner. This comes in all different types of scents. This one happens to be the rose petal. I also got cucumber. This stuff is pretty nice. If your face is prone to rashes or razor burn, or if it's just really dry outside, I suggest you try something like this Gold Bond's Ultimate Men's Essentials. Just a little dab, and it'll really do your face wonders. There's all types of colognes. I have the Panades that I sell. This one here, a guy turned me on to 4 of these. This is Florida Water, which is really a nice lime type of scent. You can go with the more expensive. This is Floyd Suave. Got the fine platinum. And you know, I just happen to find this cool little bathtub that everything fits in there really nice. This is one brand that they're not making anymore, because they're trying to formulate their soaps and their aftershaves without using palm oil. Palm oil is derived from the palm tree, and there's so much deforestation of the palm that it's just ruining habitats. So people are standing up to it and says, we're not buying any more palm. So what they're doing, this is Madame Scodioli. What they're doing is they're discontinuing temporarily their line of soaps and aftershave until they can figure out a formulation that doesn't use the palm oil. So anyway, let's go do a shave, and I'll give you the finer points of how to handle a straight razor. Welcome back to part 2, shaving instruction. Now, this part of the video is going to be focusing on shaving. It's also going to focus on the applying of the soaps and different things, and this video is also dedicated to people in Shave the Man who don't shave with a straight razor but are curious about it. See, like Scott down in Colorado Springs, and Mr. Goldstein down in Florida. So today I'm using the Bouteille. I smelled it just a little bit ago, and I said, I have got to have that again. Excellent soap. The first thing that you want to do before you get into the shower is you want to open up your soap, and you want to put about 1/8 of an inch of water on the top. That's called blooming. And what it does is it softens the soap, and so it'll allow you to take it out with your brush.
The next thing that you do before you get in the shower is you get your bowl and you soak it. Now this one here has got hot water in this jacket as well. So I'm going to pour them both out. The water's still real hot. I'm surprised. Now this is what's important to know. Is that this is how you get the water out. You just squeeze it like this. But when you soak it, you just want to soak the tips. You don't want the water to be up here in a knot. You want to take care of your brush. Okay, so first thing I like to do is add me some pre-shave. And you don't have to put a bunch, just enough to cover your beard area and your neck. And like I said, what that does is it adds a nice layer of slickness, additional slickness, helps protect you from the blade. Now, I get a little bit of this bloom water. I'm going to pour it into my scuttle, not very much, and I'm going to start loading my brush. I'm going to leave a little bit of water in with your soap so you can use that to as a medium to remove your soap. Because if you didn't have the water, the brush would basically go round and round and not do anything. So see that lather so far? This is what you're looking for. But what you're also looking for is you're looking for denseness in your lather, looking for small bubbles. And you know that if you do this for 30 seconds, it's just not going to be enough soap loaded on your brush. Because what you're going to do next is you're going to get your brush and you're going to put it in your scuttle or your bowl, and that's where you can lather up your soap prior to putting it on your face. Right here, all I'm doing now is just loading my brush. It smells great. So, and I don't waste any of my soap. This particular soap here, the Barrister & Mann Bouteille, probably all the Barrister & Manns are about 25 bucks for 4 ounces. It's well worth it. It's a little pricey, but it's well worth it. You can get some soaps like that Sterling Net Puck for like 8 bucks. And it's a good soap. They have some really good scents too. So, alright, I think that's pretty dang good so far, huh? Can you see it? I get a little bit of this soap. Okay, now, this is where the real work begins with this lather. And it's nice. This is a nice soap. So you just get your bowl and just kind of, at first you go slow because you don't want your water sloshing around. Just let the two marry together, the soap and the water, and just kind of work it and work it like this. Now you need to memorize what you're doing, because sometimes you'll say, man, I did that really well, or man, maybe I didn't have enough soap in there, or whatever the case may be. But pay attention to what you're doing as far as getting the effect of lather. Alright, you don't get any better than that. I don't care what anyone says. Alright, so when you lather it on, be neat about it. And I don't have room to talk because I've been kind of sloppy in the past. But rotate your brush and get all that soap on your face. So all I'm doing right now, it's kind of like a face lather. So I'm massaging it into my skin, into my beard, helping to soften the beard even more, and lubricate it. The key, well, there's a couple keys to a good shave. One of them is slickness on your face. If you don't have a slickness on your face, then what's going to happen is your razor is going to have friction. If it has friction, it's going to want to stop. If it stops, then that's where you kind of have your problems. Now, when you pick up your razor, open it up and inspect the blade. Just that you don't want to shave with a razor that has any nicks to it. Because if it has nicks, then you're going to have a problem. Now this and the other razor, I apologize, I have to stop and strop, have just been honed by myself. And a freshly honed razor, and I'll argue with people over this all day, a freshly honed razor should never take more than 5 passes on a strop. And that means that 5 passes on the left side, 5 passes on the right side on linen, and 5 on each side on the leather, okay? Because you have already a nice, perfect edge. The only thing you're really doing is polishing it up. So, and what I mean by strokes, I want just super, super light strokes. Don't ever, ever push down on that razor. Because what happens is, if you push down on that belt, the strop will do this number. It'll cup. And if you put your razor on that cup, it's going to, it'll ruin your edge. So you go nice and slow on a tight strop. Okay? That's all you got to do. So this is how you hold your razor. One thing about a razor is make sure that your tang, which is this, and your tail are always dry. A word of caution, don't let water get into the pivot end because it'll cause problems. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to hold it like this, 2 in front, 2 in back. Okay, then you have great control, so you can kind of go like this with it. This will just follow the contour of your face. The other part about shaving is having a tight skin, or tight skin, because that tight skin, if you hold your razor at the right angle, which is 30 degrees, then you will never cut yourself. But this is what I suggest for first time users. Okay, here's how you hold your razor, right? This is the sharp edge down here. Turn it over and flip this around so that the sharp edge is up. Get your razor like this and just practice strokes with the spine of the razor on your face, so you can get the muscle memory and you can get the hang of it. So when you get up on your face with a straight part, with the sharp part of the razor, you're not hesitant as much. Okay, notice I'm pulling up right here. Okay, and as you go, as you get a clear spot, move down and pull it up. Short strokes. And when you get to your jawline, some people make it difficult to teach this. I don't know why. But this is what you do. You pull the skin over the jawline. See that? Now I left off right there. But you can still, so I pulled it flat right here. See that? This razor is cutting really good. That razor there is a really nice razor. I really like it. It's a gift from Robert Bowling that I got not long ago from him. I just love the razor. It's like a wedge. Okay. Another thing is you can go now. Don't push hard on this razor. Let the razor glide by itself with just a little prompting by yourself. And one thing too is when you shave, try to use just your wrist and your hand, because if you shave with your whole arm and you pulling down, what happens if you cut yourself? You have, like, your hand, your wrist, your forearm, your bicep, your tricep, your arm, and your back to stop. Okay? See that? Now, when you have facial hair like me, just going to pull it aside and go. So my face is drying up a little bit. Now when you shave, oops, my razor is wet, so I want to dry it up because I'm going to get right underneath my lips. Now, the technique to getting under your lips, all this is very simple. You all get the hang of this real soon. Is when you come down, you want to start off kind of like this and go. I'm over dramatizing, but that angle. Get used to using different parts of the blade because it helps you become aware of where the other part of the blade is at on your face. If you keep using just the tip and you never use the back, then you have to remember that you have this much blade left over to take care of. Now, don't worry about getting all the hair off your face on the first pass, because you're going to come back again on the second and maybe even a third pass. Also trying out a couple razors that I just honed. This one here is for sale. The other one there, a wedge, is not for sale. I don't sell gifts that people gave me. So, all right, this one here is 4/8. Same thing. Now, switch to your left hand. And when I tell you to practice with the spine out, practice with your left hand too. It's not that big of a deal. But I'll tell you what, I don't do everything on this side of the face with my left hand, and you'll see. See what I just did there? I went from this point to this point in one stroke. That's actually a mistake, and I should tell you why. Is I want you to do just short strokes. Until you get some confidence. But I must warn you, confidence can be a killer. Don't get overconfident using a straight razor. Respect it. I also suggest that for any new straight razor shaver, get a round tip. This is a square tip. It's got a spike right here. If you're not careful, it'll lay you open. Not bad, it'll give you a cut. Usually I leave my right hand for the most detailed work. And don't worry about little nicks and little cuts, because the human skin isn't perfect. It's going to have, wrinkles, and it's going to have bumps, and sometimes you'll catch one and make it bleed a little bit, and sometimes you don't. But this is also going back into sanitation, because you want to be sanitary in everything that you're doing. You know what? I think I'm going to add a little bit more pre-shave. I think I'm going to take off my glasses so I can shave properly. And this is not a complete list of how to shave with a straight razor. This is just a demonstration of tips for the novice. Because I get people that come in here and they want to shave with a straight razor. They found one that their dad had or granddad had, and they wanted me to fix it up and teach them how to shave with it. And which is fine. I don't have a problem. I always do that to keep the soap out of my mouth, right? I don't have a problem getting somebody and coming in here and shaving with them. I've had 4 people in my living room, and I had a table, and I instructed 4 people at one time. Now I generally go across. I like to get the top of my lip. And when I do, I get my blade, I go, this is the edge. I go like this, just a little bit, and I hold it so that when I do along the jawline, the scale is pointed away from my body. Because you don't want to bump yourself. While you're shaving. I did that. I was holding my razor like this, and I just went bump right into the mirror. And I cut myself right there. Talk about embarrassing. Now I used to go up, but I like going this way because I know where my sideburn is. If I'm going up like this, I can't see it as well. So adapt to your own need. In the throat, this part's going to take practice for you guys. I don't suggest you go over that jawline. And understand the curvature of your neck. Like right here is like an indentation. Now, at this point, I want to tell you that you can stop at any time you want during your shave and pick up a double edge or whatever else you want to use to finish the shave. That's fine. This is going to take you some time. Don't expect to get it the first time. Do expect to get a cut. The only thing you can really do is do everything you can to minimize cuts. And once you understand how to lay that razor on you, you get that muscle memory, it minimizes most cuts. Did you notice a sound difference? That's because this one here is the wedge. This one here is about, I think this is a full hollow. So that full hollow is going to make more noise. So once again, tip my handle out. Keep that skin tight. This is a little awkward for me because you have to fold up your hand or your arm. I cut myself here a couple weeks ago. You can see a little scar because I didn't keep my skin tight. I wasn't paying attention. I was listening to something out there that was happening, and I went kind of like up and down with my blade instead of across. That's how you slice a roast open. Now, I'm not a perfect shaver, and I really don't care to be. But as you're progressing along in the next few months, pay attention to what works for you. Pay attention to the mistakes you made last time you shaved and the times before. Pay attention to how easy something is to get to as compared to not. You know, understand your face, understand what you're doing, understand your blade. Now this soap also is, you don't want to leave it on your face forever. It's not a true soap. It's really good for your skin. And if you can get to this point with a straight razor, to where you're going, making a third pass, against the grain, when you're done, you'll have the nicest face, the nicest, smoothest face. Here's where I use my right hand on my left side of my face because my right hand has more finesse. I don't know if I care to learn how to use my left hand with this pass. This is the final pass against the grain. Also, one thing you should keep in mind that there's going to be some areas where your hand's going to be in the way so you can't see. And that's fine. Alright, this is one of my favorite parts, checking the results. What I do, I leave the soap on my face, wet my hands a little bit, and I go around. Oh yeah, see, nice and smooth. I like that. I like smooth. Anyway, whatever. Alright, so check it out. These are the steps. You get all the soap off your face, and you're going to do a cold water rinse. And you can do it like I do with a wet towel, because that's the way Grandma trained me to. She didn't train me how to shave, she trained me how to be neat with my water, because I used to splash water all over the place when I was a little kid. And I used to aggravate it. So I got in the habit of using a towel. So that's all I do. Very, very nice. Very nice. I like it when I hone a razor perfect. Especially when there's two of them. Alright, so. Alright, so check it out. If you have a cut, or if you have a bleeder, which is a little spot that bleeds, use your Stefik pencil. Wet it in cold water and just go around and around and around and around. Just let it dry. And when you take it off with your wet towel, just dab it. Don't pull it. Don't drag it, because it'll open it back up. But if you don't, and even if you do, you still want to use a loom block. When you first get these, they're going to be rough, so all you do is you wet your hand and you just kind of go like this until it's smooth, and then put it on your face. When you put it on your face, you'll see just how good of a shave you got. Okay, right now for me, these two razors, 4/8 is giving me no talk back. I mean, I don't feel any stink. The wedge is giving me a little bit of a talk back right here. No big deal. It's pretty natural. Doesn't mean anything. Just means what it is, you know, whatever. So, I like to let that dry just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is pick out a cologne or aftershave. I think I'm going to go with this. The Floyd Suave, straight from Spain. So, I'm going to show you how to clean out your razor, your brush. Okay, here's your brush. Okay, you get it like this. And you squeeze it and pull it out. Don't try to pull the fibers out. Just squeeze the. See how clean it got? Okay, so wash that off. Good smelling stuff there, man. And what you do is you rinse out your bowl really good. And I like to rinse my brushes like I do a paintbrush. And what that means is you get a container full of water and just dip it in there like this. And I do that a couple times, because what that does is spreads the fibers of the brush and allows the water in so that it can be rinsed out. Just about done. Alright, so next thing I do, got my brush all rinsed out, so I can give it a shake in the bathtub. This is a very important part. Get your brush and dry it like this on Mama's towel, and get as much water out as you can. Now, when you put your brush away, don't set it like this, because if there's any residual water in here, the last thing you want it to do is come down here where the glue is, adhesive is, and start to deteriorate your brush. Get a container like this and hang your brush. See that? Alright. So, alright. Got the aluminum on my face. Now you should be able to do all this after a period of time in about, I don't know, I can shave in 7 minutes. I can clean up my stuff in another 3, so that's 10. So I'm thinking probably 15, 20 minutes. Some people take forever to. This is the Thayer's cucumber. Now with the Thayer's and any other thing that's got a scent to it, I don't put very much on my lip because I don't want to taste it. So just add a little cologne, aftershave. Oh, I always put too much. I think I do it on purpose, huh? Ah, yeah. You know you got a great shave when you make 3 passes and you put something on your face that's a high alcohol content and you don't even feel it. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So when you're done, or as you're shaving, always have something to drink because it gets kind of hot in here and you're going to be in here for a while. My name is Guy Solis, Gentleman's Edge here in Denver, Colorado. I do straight razors, sales, and service. If you have a razor you want done, if you want scales put on your razor, this is the man to call. I'm one-stop shopping, gentlemen. You'll have a good day, and remember, every day is a good day for a shave. All right, bye.